In the realm of Thalorin, nestled between the sprawling forests and imposing mountains, lies the humble town of Canlock, a place of peace, tranquility, and a sense of camaraderie that binds the townsfolk together. Every brick, every stone, every patch of green tells a story, a tapestry of tales spun over centuries, interwoven with courage, sacrifice, and the unyielding spirit of its people. Among the town's many personalities, there exists a certain dwarven blacksmith, Thalorin. Each strike of his hammer on the anvil, a spark of creation, adding yet another layer to Canlock's rich history. Yet beneath the surface of this idyllic scene, a shadow looms. An old prophecy, the whisperings of an ancient threat reawakening. The town's peace is about to be disrupted once more. Thalorin, like many before him, will be drawn into a tale of heroism and adventure, his humble blacksmith's hammer becoming a symbol of resilience in the face of the gathering storm. In the realm of Thalorin, nestled between the sprawling forests and imposing mountains, lies the humble town of Canlock, a place of peace, tranquility, and a sense of camaraderie that binds the townsfolk together. Every brick, every stone, every patch of green tells a story, a tapestry of tales spun over centuries, interwoven with courage, sacrifice, and the unyielding spirit of its people. Among the town's many personalities, there exists a certain dwarven blacksmith, Thalorin. Each strike of his hammer on the anvil, a spark of creation, adding yet another layer to Canlock's rich history. Yet beneath the surface of this idyllic scene, a shadow looms. An old prophecy, the whisperings of an ancient threat reawakening. The town's peace is about to be disrupted once more. Thalorin, like many before him, will be drawn into a tale of heroism and adventure, his humble blacksmith's hammer becoming a symbol of resilience in the face of the gathering storm. This, dear listener, is the tale of Thalorin the Blacksmith, a tale that echoed through the ages, a tale of a hero and his unyielding hammer. As the dawn breaks, casting hues of orange and gold upon the horizon, our tale commences in the charming town of Canlock. Here, nestled between the majestic towering hills and the ancient serene forests, the edifices of civilization bend harmoniously with nature's grandeur. A quaint ideal that lives and breathes the tales of the past. One such edifice that stands out among the thatched roofs and cobblestone streets is the blacksmith's shop. Its sturdy timber frame, kissed by soot and age, houses the heart of the town. Here, the forge blazes day and night, its fiery belly a cradle of ceaseless creation, a living testament to the dance of progress and tradition, each step an echo of the hammer's cadence. The rhythmic clang of metal on metal, the shimmering hiss of hot iron plunged into water, a symphony of industry and artistry. In this bustling chaos of flame and steel, the silhouette of Thalorin, a dwarf as stalwart as the mountains themselves, carves a solid figure. His brawny shoulders and sinewy arms, a testament to years shaping iron and steel to his will, work rhythmically in tune with the song of the hammer. The sweat gleaming on his brow mirrors the flames, a spectacle of his relentless determination. Let me tell you, lads and lasses, about the day I faced down a dragon. Nae bigger than this here smithy, but a dragon nonetheless. Its scales shimmering like the knight's armour under the midday sun, and its eyes fiery orbs that held the promise of doom. But as Thalorin's tales echo through the shop, a mysterious figure steps into the lively scene, drawing a wave of silence over the room. Swathed in a cloak as dark as the night, the stranger's eyes, glinting under the hood, scan the room, finally resting on the blacksmith. Thalorin, your skills are needed. The rustle of parchment paper unfolding, the hushed whispers of the crowd. Under the incandescent glow of the forge, Thallorin reads the cryptic message, his eyes clouded with thoughts of potential danger and the lure of a new challenge. The quest to retrieve the map of extraordinary significance. Locked away in a labyrinth of mystery and peril, the darkness of the unknown lurks around this endeavour. But the dwarf's heart, tempered like the steel in his forge, meets the ominous task with unwavering resolution. Well, it seems the old dwarf isn't ready for the scrap heap yet. Lads and lasses, my tale will have to just wait until my return. The sun sets, casting long shadows over Canlock. An eerie stillness descends over the town as Thalorin, carrying his blacksmith's hammer, the tool of his trade, now a weapon of protection, steps out of the comforting familiarity of his shop. The sounds of nocturnal creatures, the distant hoot of an owl, and the rustle of leaves underfoot, followed by the clopping of hooves on the gravel path. Thalorin's journey took him beyond the outskirts of Canlock, towards the great labyrinth. His steed, a stout dwarf horse named Bumblefoot, carried him swiftly through the winding roads and dense forests. Suddenly, Bumblefoot stumbled, veering off the path and tossing Thalorin into a clearing. There, illuminated by the ethereal glow of the moon, stood a strange figure.
"Oh, what's this? A dwarf who's lost his way? But worry not, for I, Puck, the trickster of the wood, will guide thee for a prize."
Puck, a half-elf jester known for his riddles, posed Thalorin a brain teaser, promising to reveal the path to the labyrinth should he solve it.
"I can be cracked, made, told, and played. What am I?"
There is a soft, expecting silence as Thalorin pondered, scratching his bearded chin. But unfortunately, his mind was more attuned to the forge than to the finesse of riddles. "Is it a horseshoe?"
"Oh, incorrect, dear dwarf. The answer is a joke. But alas, it seems you are in dire need of a clue, perhaps."
"I think you'll find it in your best interest to point me towards the labyrinth, Puck." The ominous sound of Thalorin unsheathing his sword and pointing the tip to Puck's throat.
"Right you are, Master Dwarf. The labyrinth lies yonder. Follow the moon's gaze, and please, no need for sharp objects."
Thalorin grunts, resheaths his sword. The horse whinnies as he mounts it. And so, with a slightly comical detour, Thalorin resumed his journey, a step closer to the daunting labyrinth and the challenge that awaited him there. As Thalorin traversed the labyrinth, each step took him deeper into the belly of this architectural beast. The labyrinth, an ancient structure adorned with intricate carvings depicting legends of old, hums with a forgotten energy, its stone-cold silence broken only by the occasional scrape of metal against stone. A subtle hint of the traps concealed within the shadowy corners. As Thalorin entered into a small, narrow room, suddenly the labyrinth sprung to life, revealing one of its hidden traps. A barrage of arrows rushed towards Thalorin. With dexterity defying his solid stature, the dwarf evades the deadly storm, his heart pounding like the rhythmic strikes of an anvil. And then deeper into the labyrinth he went, the cold air growing colder, the stones whispering tales of ancient magic, and ahead, an imposing door of solid oak loomed. A masterpiece of ancient craftsmanship, inlaid with intricate designs glowing faintly in the eerie blue torchlight. These mystic symbols and runes, carved into the oak and surrounded by whirling cogs and gears, formed the heart of an elaborate cipher begging to be solved. The slow rhythmic thud of Thalorin's boots against the cold stone floor, low thumbing ambient sounds suggest an ancient unseen machinery. The stonework shimmers with residual enchantments. Their luminescence echoes painting, a spectacle of dancing lights on the ceiling and walls. Columns of living rock stand sentinel along the chamber, their forms warped and twisted by the forgotten sorcery that fashioned this place. "Riddles of stone and steel, you say? Aye, well, we'll see what you got." Intrigued yet undaunted, Thalorin steps forward. His small fingers trace the symbols, drawing on years of his meticulous craftsmanship. Each symbol, he realizes, corresponds to a different cog, their motions intertwined with a delicate dance of logic and intuition. His nimble hands work expertly, turning cogs, aligning the symbols, driven by the tacit understanding that guides his craft. The sounds of cogs and gears turn, clicking into place. A low hum of energy builds as the puzzle nears completion. Slowly, with the patient bonds of countless hours at the forge, he deciphers the puzzle. An echo of understanding, a spark in the deep reaches his mind, and a pattern emerges. A celestial alignment. It's an ancient calendar. He aligns the symbols to match today's date. And finally, the cog clicks into place. The sound of energy releasing and a low rumble as the door begins to move. With the groan of an ancient mechanism, the door shudders and shifts. Light spills into the room as the oak slab retreats, revealing the path forward. But not a moment too soon as his boot crossed the threshold into the new chamber, it suddenly became alive with a dreadful energy. The shadows in the corners coalesce, stones grinding and shifting, coming together into a monstrous guardian, a stone golem. It was a fearsome figure, standing tall and mighty, an artful assembly of hewn rocks imbued with an ancient enchantment and bound by invisible forces. The golem's eyes glowed with an eerie light, illuminating the chamber and casting long, monstrous shadows. Thalorin, dwarfed by the stature of the golem, but matching it in resolve, grips his hammer tighter. His knuckles turn white, yet his lips curve into a smile. The kind of smile that graces the face of a seasoned veteran of battle. It's a smile hardened in the fires of combat. The smile of a blacksmith used to melting iron and steel head on. This golem was merely stone after all. With a mighty roar, Thalorin charged towards the golem, his every step echoed with defiance, reverberating against the chamber walls. The golem, in turn, brings down its massive stone arm in a crushing attempt to halt Thalorin. Thalorin's battle cry, the thunderous footsteps of a golem and the ground shaking as the clash of stone against iron. Despite its imposing presence, Thalorin matches the golem blow for blow. His expert movements show his skill and experience. His blacksmith's hammer sings a song of war, meeting the stone monstrosity with a shower of sparks. This isn't a mere battle for Thalorin. It's an exhilarating dance that he'd been rehearsing for years in the forge. The golem's formidable threat, met by a dwarf's unyielding determination, resonated throughout the chamber. A symphony of their battle rang clear, the echoes promising tales of this mighty encounter for years to come. As the final echoes of their titanic clash subside, the mighty golem, deprived of its arcane energy, crumbled. The stone guardian shatters into 1,000 pieces, returning to the dust from whence it was formed. Amid the rubble and the settling dust, something shined with a particular glow, drawing Thalorin's attention. "Well, would you look at that?" Astonishment evident in his voice. Thalorin knelt down to pick up an object of interest. A map. Not made of parchment or hide, but of solid stone, that emanated an otherworldly glow, and hummed with the residual arcane energy. Carved with intricate details that flickered and danced in the half-light. Intricate runic symbols are inscribed across its surface. Thalorin, well versed in old languages, recognised the main sigil immediately. It was the sigil of the moon, a rune that signified hidden knowledge, only to be revealed in the cool silvery light of the lunar goddess herself, the moon. "It seems the final piece of the riddle will be found under the gaze of the moon then. More secrets for us to uncover, my friend." Smiling, Thalorin carefully tucks the map into his satchel. With the fall of the stone golem, the promise of a greater adventure has been unveiled. The last resting place of a great conjurer hidden from the world, waiting to be discovered. The soft rustle as the satchel closed, followed by Thalorin's footsteps, echoed as he left the chamber. Thalorin's return to Canlock is greeted with cheers and excited chatter. The smithy is how he left it, yet different somehow. It carries a new sense of purpose, of expectation. He looks at the ancient map, understanding that he's now part of something bigger, a cog in the wheels of an untold epic. In the town square, he sees a familiar face. EllysMarte, the Halfling Druid. She has a soft smile on her face, the kind that carries the warmth of a summer meadow. Thalorin shares tales of his daring adventures, his voice carrying a newfound confidence. And there he was, a massive stone golem towering over me, but Canlock needed that map, and I wasn't about to let a pile of rocks out of my way. The crowd erupted with laughter, cheers, and applause. The following days turned into weeks, and Thalorin found his rhythm in a new role. He became an essential part of the town's defences, advising on the fortifications and training volunteers. But amongst all of this, he never forgot his true passion, the art of blacksmithing. And as the sun sets on the horizon, our tale takes a pause, but the legend of Canlock lives on.